pledge allegiance, and if you will, remain standing and move forward. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Father in heaven, we come to thee at this time. Thank you so much for blessing us with another day. We thank you so much for the leadership here at Hardeman County Schools. We pray that you will continue to bless us, guide us. Pray for those that were affected by the storm. Pray that you will be with them and their families. Help them to keep their eyes on you. Be with us as we move forward in the meeting tonight. We pray that the things said and done, we said and done in a way that will benefit our kids and our community. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Court. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve our agenda. Motion made by Ms. Ayler. Seconded by Mr. Davis. Any opposed? Motion carried. The consent agenda is there. The only thing in it is our minutes from the March 11th meeting. Entertain a motion for that.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Ms. Carter. Seconded by Mr. Swift. There is no discussion on that. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. At this time, I'll turn it over to Dr. Smith for our stakeholder recognition.
Good evening. We are fortunate to have a lot of guests with us tonight because it's a special occasion. We're going to recognize our Teachers of the Year for 2024-2025 school year. And these teachers will have the opportunity to move forward and participate in the regional Teacher of the Year and possibly go state. But all of our teachers are Teachers of the Year, but these teachers have been nominated by their colleagues for going above and beyond this past school year. So we're going to let each principal come up and introduce their Teacher of the Year. We will begin with Bob Elementary. I can go backwards.
I want to introduce Mario Scott as our Teacher of the Year. She is a phenomenal teacher. She works hard every day. She's dedicated, and we are so proud to have her. Congratulations.
Good evening. I'd like to, Bottom Middle School's teacher here, Shelley Armstrong. Come on, Shelley. Got her name right. Oh, that's a joke. That's a joke. But anyway, Shelley's been teaching 27 years. The majority of that was Bottom Junior High, Bottom Middle School, short stint at Dyersburg. Fortunately for us, we were able to get her back. She's coached softball, a little bit of everything, taught a little bit of everything, language arts, cheerleading for several years, if you ever deal with cheerleading or knows. Anyway, but we've been blessed to have her a very strong teacher for us for a long period of time. Goes above and beyond the duties that we ask of her, and I understand. We're very blessed to have her at Baltimore School, and glad that she is our Teacher of the Year for this year.
Thank you.
It is my pleasure to announce that Vicki Harris is Bolivar Central's Teacher of the Year. Fun fact, Miss Harris taught me English. And she is still the hardest high school class I ever had. So, congratulations.
Elementary.
Good evening. My Teacher of the Year has been in education since 2005. She came to us in 2022. She is a hard worker. She comes to school early and leaves late. She keeps her pre-K students engaged. Beginning April the 1st, they planted celery, and today is Friday, so she definitely keeps them engaged. Our teacher of the year is Miss Michelle Parsons.
Sandra's story is teacher of the year at Hornsby Elementary. She's been in education 20 years, Whiteville, Grand Junction, and the last 4 years at Hornsby. And she does summer school, she does after school tutoring, and I'll tell you what she did today. This is all you need to know. She doesn't know I know this. Her class had library today for an hour. Instead of letting them go to library, she kept them and did TCAP practice. Now that is a teacher.
My name's Brad Powers. I'm the principal at Middleton Elementary, and our teacher of the year is Miss Cassie Elliott. Miss Cassie has been teaching for 16 years, the last 6.5 at Middleton Elementary, and I'm thankful for the job she does. This is my first year, so I've only been around her 8 months, but I can tell you she is a pro's pro. She does a great job, has a great rapport with the students, and great rapport with the faculty and staff, and outstanding test scores. I shouldn't be too thankful though, because if every teacher was like her, they wouldn't need principals, so there wouldn't be any jobs. She's a class act, does a great job. Our teacher of the year, Miss Cassie Elliott.
Our teacher of the year is Miss Carla Doyle. She is our dual enrollment nursing teacher. She has been at Middleton High School for 21 years. She's also the hostess sponsor, where she's had students go on and compete in regional and state and even the national hostess competition, and she's had students do very well at those. One of our things that we push in the district is students being able to get certifications, and she has taken that and she has run with it. And this year, so far, her students have earned 96 industry certifications in CPR, first aid, and AED, basic life support, and OSHA 10. And later this week, she has 15 students that will be taking their CNA certification test.
Teacher of the year at Toon Elementary is Miss Andrea Doyle. 23 years in education, last 20 as middle school science teacher, does a great job. Also wears a lot of hats, yearbook, beta, ESD administrator, yearbook, and is also one of our co-producers of our spring play that we've done now going on 4 years. It's through our ESD program, but does a great job. We're proud of her, Miss Andrea Doyle.
Good afternoon. The teacher of the year for WES is Mrs. Jennifer Hertwig. Mrs. Hertwig has served at WES all of her educational career, which is 10 years. This is her 10th year. She is a level 4 teacher. Now, Mrs. Hertwig believes that her scholars should learn through engaging activities, and she teaches them to have a love for literacy and for reading. Now, she is very dedicated to educating the whole child, and preparing them with the necessary tools to be successful citizens in life. I wanted to include some of the things that Ms. Hertwig said on her own as far as something and the look on their faces when those ideas and those concepts connect. Her smile and her warm hugs give our scholars hope and security. Now, Ms. Hertwig says that she is blessed to work at WES with such great people and awesome scholars, but it is WES that is blessed to have this superhero that works with us. Although she does not have a cape, she is doing exceedingly and abundantly above what we can ask for her to do. Now, the third grade position, she's ELA and social studies, as you all know, is difficult, and there's a lot of stress that comes with that. So I want to say thank you to her family for allowing her to serve in this job. I know she bends to you guys a lot, but I also want to say thank you to you, and I think that you are very deserving as Teacher of the Year for WES.
One of the things that I also want to recognize, Ms. Stain hit on it for me, is the value of the support of family and friends, especially all of you that are here tonight. It is very difficult to be in education these days, and I know that you probably listen to a lot of it at home and put up with a lot of hours, and our teachers couldn't do it without the support of family, so we do appreciate you as well. I'm going to ask the Teachers of the Year and the principals to come up and if we can get a group photo.
Y'all don't have to have this. If you want it, that's fine. You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to have it if you don't want to. Alright, let's see if I can do it.
Don't want to get going. Thank you.
Welcome to the stage, and if you'd like to leave. Okay, at this time, we come to the point where we have public comment. If there's anyone in the audience or crowd that would like to speak on anything on the agenda, you can do so at this time.
Are you allowed to speak on anything?
As long as it's not anything bad about the sheriff. Other than that, open floor.
Okay, as you all know, the tornado hit the Grand Junction area and it hit it pretty good. It also hit one of my teachers' homes as well. But at this time, I want to say thank you to Dr. Smith. She sent the entire Board of Education down to Grand Junction Elementary School. Nobody up here working, they were down there with me. Not only did she send her staff, she came herself and worked. So I want to commend you on what leadership, that's what leadership is all about. You stepped up, they stepped up too. So I want to thank the Board of Education for stepping up, and I have several names that I want to thank as well. Okay, I had a family, it was only 4. They're little stair steppers, they're 3, 4, 6, and 9. Well, when the tornado hit, 2 trees fell on their house, so they came outside with pillows and blankets and things in their hand. When I called yesterday, they weren't able to come get their items from the school. But do you know what Mr. Barnes did? He drafted Mr. Harris. Mr. Harris didn't have a choice. They took the items to the home. So if you all want to go into business and want a DoorDasher, call Jeff Barnes and Craig Harris. Because they took the items, put them where the parent told them to put them, and called back and asked me did they need to deliver something else. Mr. Rutherford crew didn't bring just one load, he brought two loads. Is there anything else can I do? Miss Carter and Mr. Davis, if you all want somebody to help you in the lunchroom, call them. Did lunch for me today. Passed out water, monitored the cafeteria, bananas or whatever. Miss Buzz, I got this, so I left her alone. She had it. Right, Miss Carter? The principal stepped up. They took in donations. Let me read this card. It says, thinking of you as you return to school after all this instruction in your area. I hope this can sweeten up your day. This is from Mr. Pounder's teacher. Gave us a whole container of chocolate chip cookies. A whole container. Of course, not minutes left. And I'm not a sweet person, I ate 3. Food service. Miss Martha, and even though Miss Raines wasn't in food service she came to, she didn't have a choice. Dr. Smith sent everybody. From Randy, he came back today to check on me. The social workers were there this morning to support us. We had the communities in school, which is Mr. Terrell Bean, Mr. Monterio Williams. They fed us today, they're gonna feed us tomorrow. Various churches in the communities, the sorority, Delta Sigma Theta sorority, Zeta Phi Beta, fraternities, Omega Psi Phi, Phi Beta Sigma, they brought items. Retired Teacher Association is bringing items. And Dr. Patrice Moore came today and brought items. So you all, thank you. You don't have to be kind. From Grand Junction Elementary School, I say thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Wood.
I'm gonna have a public comment too. I'm gonna put it back on her because she has been there from the very beginning helping give us updates because there were 2 days that we couldn't get in and we had no idea what was going on, and Sheriff Doolin was critical in that point too. We didn't know what was happening. We didn't know if the building was there or not. And Dr. Bugs got in there before I did, and we've both been down there for 4 days in a row, and everything I said or we needed to coordinate, she said, I've got this, and we never had to look back. But most importantly, she was concerned about her students and her staff, without a doubt, and that is the reason she's the leader of a level 5 award school, and that's the type of strength that it takes in times like these. But she is to be commended highly for her leadership during this time too.
At this time, we have our policy updates, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they're all going to have a second reading. Is that right?
We have a set of second readings from the last board meeting, and we have 2 on first reading. We'll kind of review the second readings. These were brought to you last month. This is on the revenue, where we had to add the part for collections of online payments. We needed that portion in there specifically for the GoFan accounts. The next one's the fundraising activities. This one requires permission from the principal and also permission from central office. Financial records and reports, we're making that one in TSBA. Inventories was a complete revamp of that one per TSBA, specifically about equipment and federal dollars. Expenses and reimbursements, we added supervisory designee in there because that's the way that our procedures flow. Purchasing, has to do with the federal grants on the very back page, minimizing the time for transfer. Requisitions, we're adding another layer of authorization in that one. And student activity funds, we're also adding another layer of authorization. So those are on second readings for this month.
Okay, I will entertain a motion that we approve those on the second reading, and that would be policy 2.40, 2.601, 2.701, 2.702, 2.804, 2.805, 2.807, and 2.9. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Ms. Carter and seconded by Mr. Davis. Any discussion or questions on any of those? We pretty much discussed them in our last meeting. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Now we have a first reading.
All right, now we have two that are on first readings. These are TSBA model policies, so it will only take this reading. The first one's on staff gifts and solicitations. They have removed the last sentence in that second section paragraph, removing the collection of money for group gifts except in special circumstances. And then at the bottom, they remove the employee shall not solicit advertisement or subscriptions, and they may replace it with that last paragraph. Not made responsible for collection of any money or distribution of fundraising material within the schools unless that activity has permission of the director of schools. The second policy, 5.606, is political activity, and they have added the section in red there and removed the rest of that policy. I'll give you a minute to read that. Any questions on those two policies?
Okay, I'll entertain a motion. We approve 5.605 and 5.606 on the first reading.
I so move.
Motion made by Ms. Carter,
Second.
seconded by Mr. Swift. Any discussion on those two? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. That's it on this. Okay. You want to take the registration?
The next resolution is a resolution to participate in Section 4 of the Education Freedom Scholarship Act of 2025. This is the resolution that in order to receive the teacher bonus provided by the Tennessee Department of Education and the Governor's Office, that the board is required to approve this resolution to receive that bonus. That bonus still remains for teachers who have been evaluated, who are being evaluated. This resolution has to be approved and sent to the State Department by June the 1st. So I'll read the Hardeman County Schools Resolution 2025-02. Whereas the Hardeman County Board of Education is charged with governing the school system so that all students receive the best educational opportunities in order to graduate prepared to enter a post-secondary institution or the workforce, and whereas the Tennessee General Assembly passed the Education Freedom Act of 2025 during the first extraordinary session of the 114th General Assembly, and whereas this act provides a provision providing one-time bonuses of no less than $2,000 to public school teachers in the state, and whereas Section 4 of the Education Freedom Act of 2025 requires that a local board of education for an LEA seeking to participate in Section 4 of the proposed act must confirm its intention to participate via a resolution in order to receive state funds to issue these bonuses. Therefore, be it resolved that the Hardeman County Board of Education affirms its intention to participate in Section 4 of the Education Freedom Act of 2025 relative to bonuses for teachers.
Okay. We do need to pass this in order for our teachers to get a bonus. I'm not crazy about it, but it is what it
It
is.
doesn't state that we support it, it just says that we're required to do this to participate.
And it's only for certified teachers? Is that what,
It's defined as teachers who are evaluated through the current evaluation model.
so we have some certified teachers that are not, that would not get it, right?
there will be very minimal.
Okay.
But in order to get this for any of them, we have to pass this resolution.
Do I have a motion we approve the,
I make the motion that we approve.
motion made by Mr. Swift to approve the HCS resolution 2025-02. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Ford or Mr. Atkins? Mr. Atkins. Okay, is there any discussion on this? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank y'all for that. Next, we will move into our committee reports. And Mr. Atkins, do we have anything on the budget committee?
We do not.
Okay. And the Director of Schools Evaluation Committee met this month, and I'll turn that over to Ms. Ayla.
Mr. Davis, Mr. Polk and I met, about the evaluation. We decided to use the evaluation that we've used the last couple of years, few years. We're gonna have it sent in to TSBA on April the 21st. It will be sent to the board members and the administrators. I think there's 13 administrators. Between May 1st and May 22nd, it will be open through a survey link. It needs to get back before the 22nd. TSBA will tally the results and send them back to us for the June 10th board meeting. That's it.
Thank you, Ms. Ayla. Okay, at this time, I'll turn over to Dr. Smith for the Director of Schools report.
I don't have a lot, but I do have just a couple of things to look at. One of those being the destruction that we have witnessed in Grand Junction. It is absolutely chilling to pull up to that school and see it look just like it does on the right there. We didn't know what we were pulling into. We knew that it was there, but we didn't know what we were facing with all those warnings and the torrential rainfall that we missed. That was actually, I believe, on Friday afternoon. So you can see that it was very, very minimal. It could have been very, very destructive. But these are just some pictures of the donation drive that we had Sunday afternoon and Monday morning. We had a ton of donations come in, and they were very needed. We're still under a boil water alert at Grand Junction, so all of the water has gone down there and been very much used. We had snacks, we had chips for today, and several other things. So Dr. Bugs read off all of the people that we know donated. There were a lot of individuals that came through as well, and we appreciate all the organizations that came out to support. These are some of our bus drivers that we had on for last month, but I do want to recognize them because once again, with the floods and the road right now, they have stepped up once again. Mr. Crocker alluded to certifications, particularly with HOSA, but both of our schools have done, I guess you call them CTE fair type things or fun days where they go and they look at different CTE classes, particularly with 8th graders who are coming into those high schools and showing them all the different options and programs that we offer. And that is a picture of Mr. Jones' dual enrollment automotive schools students. They have gotten 2 NC3s and most of them have received at least 2, but some of them have received 5 NC3. NC3 is not easy. So those classes are going really well. STEM Center, we've had a lot of visitors in it lately. We had the Rotary come and tour it and have lunch there. We also had another group from Memphis come in to look to see what we had done because they're looking to do something very similar at their school. So it's getting the recognition that it deserves because it truly is something special that we have to be proud of. Gear Up, you may have seen a lot of different things on it throughout social media because they're pushing this, a big push on this new launch of Gear Up Tennessee. Again, this is a group that follows our 7th graders and our seniors each year. Will follow these 7th grade plus our senior class and help make sure that they know about their post-secondary opportunities. Some of the experiences that our students have had, Lone Oaks always is a great experience for our students. We also had a history club go to Capitol and meet with Representative Shaw and Senator Wally. so that was an exciting time for them. We want to say congratulations to the Middleton High School Lady Tigers on being district champions. I believe they went to did they make it sub-state? Did not, they got close. But also that was Coach, Berkeley's, sorry. Coach Berkeley's 700th win at the end of that year, so that's a huge milestone for them. Just a reminder that Parent Square is our mode of communication, and I want to talk about communications because there were a lot of things we learned over the last 4 or 5 days. And when I was able to get out of the storm house and think about closing school, there was no communication in this county, very little. I came to Bolivar hoping to get some and be able to get something out, so I had service here, but guess what? There were no text messages going through, I couldn't text you guys, I had email, but I wasn't sure people check their email before 30 in the morning. But my main concern was how do we get word to families? Because obviously there was a lot of cell tower damage, and I went through Parent Square, I managed to get 90-something phone calls out. I knew that didn't reach all the families. We've kind of done a little reflection on this, and we're gonna do some more research, but at the same time, that was a situation where I don't think there was much more we could have done because of the lack of communication. So just the way that people got the word out, it was really something to be proud of how our communities came together. That's pretty much all I have. Again, it's been a long few days, and we absolutely could not have done it without the support of so many people, so many groups. We had the principals were here working on Sunday. Literally, this whole board was out yesterday, running back and forth to Grand Junction and doing it with smiles on their faces and asking what more they could do. And more people were wanting to help. So it really was a team effort. It came together. It takes a lot of coordination, doesn't it, Dr. Bogues? Because there's a lot of things going on. We threw food out yesterday, so we had to regroup with that. Communities and schools stepped up and said, hey, you can get us buns and chips, we'll get meat, and we'll come cook. So everybody's really stepped up. It's been a good day. We had, I believe, only 13 students out at Grand Junction today. So that was really good. But again, thanks to everyone who has called, supported, and been there through these last few days.
Thank you, Dr. Smith. Anything else from anyone on the board? At this time, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion made by Mr. Ross. Second by Mr. Davis. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.